Welcome to Ask Dr. Betters. I'm Danielle, and I'm here with my granddad, Dr. Chuck F. Betters. Granddad, the question we have for you today is, where is my loved one now theologically?
That's a great question, because all of us are going to experience death. It's appointed unto each man to die once. So we're going to die. Our loved ones are going to die. Everyone listening to my voice right now is going to experience, either personally or collectively, the death of a loved one. And clearly, when you spend your life with somebody and then they're suddenly taken from you, the logical question to ask is, where are they? Where did they go? Little children will ask that question. Old men and old women will ask that question. Where is my loved one? But what I really like about your question is that you ask, where are they theologically? In other words, you want to know the theology of death. What happens to my loved one when they die? You know, Paul was asked that question because it's a universal question. And in 2 Corinthians chapter 5, he takes a shot at answering it. Under the inspiration of the Holy Spirit, he says this: "So we are always of good courage. We know that while we are at home in the body," that means alive, physically alive, "we are away from the Lord." So we're physically here, but away from the actual presence of Jesus. He's somewhere else. Where is he? Well, he's in eternal glory. He's in heaven. The Bible refers to it as the third heaven. He is in the glorious presence of his Father. Then he says this. He says, "For we walk by faith, not by sight." I can look at you today as I am right now, and I know, or you know, as you look at me, you're looking at someone who is physically here. But if I were dead, if I were in the presence of the Lord, you wouldn't be able to physically see me. So Paul goes on and explains it. He says, yes, we are of good courage, and we would rather be away from the body and at home with the Lord. So whether we are at home or away, we make it our aim to please him. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ. So he makes a distinction between being away from the Lord and in the presence of the Lord. In the body, physically, where we can see each other, or away from the body in the presence of God, where we cannot see each other. And he says, no matter which side we're on, we are there to please him. I remember a story of a man who was dying, was on his deathbed, and he knew he was dying. People began to ask him questions like, what's it feel like? What are you feeling right now? And I remember the answer that he gave to the question as he was facing some very serious surgery that could take his life. And somebody asked him, how do you feel right now facing the possibility of death from this surgery? This is what he said. He said, I know that whichever side I come out on after this surgery, I win. This is what Paul's saying in 2 Corinthians chapter 5. I know whichever side I come out on, if I live. He pointed over into the corner. He said, there's my family sitting there with open arms waiting for me and rejoicing that God has spared me. If I die, I am in the presence of a holy and loving God who gave his life so that death could not hold me back. Death could not defeat me. Whichever side I come out on, I win. I win. There's a good theology. Knowing that for me, as Paul said, to live is Christ. I'm going to live. I want to live to the glory of Christ. And if I die, I experience great victory because I am in the presence of a holy God. So theologically, there's the answer to your question. If you know Christ, for me to live and to die is great gain. That's what Paul said. That's what the scriptures teach. Whichever side you come out on, you win if you know Jesus. Visit us at MARKINC.org. We'd love for you to be a part of our ministry. I hope this helps.